She said, no boyfriends allowed on the Vegas trip. Then I saw her grinding on strangers online. So I went on 3 dates, changed my status, and let her come home to an empty apartment. Hey Reddit. So, here's how a trip to Vegas turned into my last straw in a relationship I really thought was heading toward forever. I'm 28M and was dating Alyssa, 26F, for just over 2 years. We weren't perfect, but we were steady. Lived together, split rent and bills, did holidays with each other's families. We'd been through rough patches like any couple, but I genuinely thought we were building something long-term. Alyssa's a nurse. Works hard, long shifts, lots of stress. So when she said she and her girlfriends were planning a girls-only weekend in Vegas, I didn't object. In fact, I encouraged her to go and have fun. She laughed and told me, no boyfriends allowed. Just the girls and mimosas. I joked about behaving myself and said I'd hold down the fort. Kissed her goodbye at the airport. But something about it didn't sit right. Maybe it was how she was suddenly protective of her phone that week. Or the fact she removed me from her private story on Instagram. I brushed it off, convincing myself I was just being paranoid. I trusted her. Or at least I thought I did. First night, I didn't hear much from her. Just a quick, landed safe, text and nothing else. Weird, but okay. I figured she was tired. Second day, radio silence. Until my buddy sent me a screenshot from TikTok. Alyssa was in the background of a video posted by some random girl. Dancing at a pool party. Not a big deal, until I noticed she was grinding. Full body contact. On some shirtless guy with sunglasses and a backwards cap. Her friends were cheering her on like it was all just some wild, harmless fun. The guy's hands weren't exactly respectful either. My heart didn't drop or explode or whatever people usually say. It just went quiet. I sat there and stared at my phone for a few minutes, not even sure what to think. It wasn't like she kissed the guy, but it also wasn't nothing. And after that, the videos started showing up more and more. Different angles, different parties. But Alyssa was always in the center, partying like she didn't have someone waiting for her back home. She had no idea I'd seen any of it. I didn't text, didn't call, didn't freak out or ask for an explanation. Instead, I opened up Instagram, changed my relationship status, and unfollowed her. Then I scheduled 3 dates across the next 2 days. Nothing serious, just dinner and drinks with women I'd matched with over the past few months, but never pursued because I was in a relationship. Each date went better than expected. Maybe because I wasn't trying to impress anyone. Maybe because I wasn't lying to myself anymore. On day 4 of her trip, she finally texted. Just a selfie with the caption, "Miss you." It felt fake. Like she remembered, at the last second, that she had a boyfriend. I didn't reply, but the moment she saw her notifications, unfollowed, relationship status removed, tagged photos missing, she FaceTimed me from her hotel room. I didn't answer. Then came the texts. First casual, "Hey, everything okay?" Then concerned, "Why did you remove me from everything?" Then frantic, "Can you please pick up?" She cut her trip short. I know because her best friend posted a picture with the caption, "Already heading home." Ugh, some people can't handle a little fun. By the time Alyssa landed back home, I was already clearing space in the apartment. Alyssa came through the front door, dragging her suitcase like she'd just walked out of an apocalypse. She looked tired, sure, but also nervous, like she knew something was off and was already rehearsing a defense. "Hey, can we talk?" she asked, barely above a whisper. She tried to smile, tried to play it casual. I didn't offer a hug, didn't even stand up from the kitchen counter, just nodded toward the couch. She sat. I didn't. "I saw the videos," I said plainly. Her whole face changed. Panic, but still trying to play it cool. "What videos?" "From the pool party, and the club, and the rooftop lounge. I'm not going to list all the guys." She swallowed hard, staring at the floor. "They didn't mean anything. We were just dancing. It was just. You said it was a girls' trip. No boyfriends allowed, right?" I cut her off. "That's what you told me. So why lie about it?" "I didn't lie. I knew you'd be upset over nothing." I blinked. "Nothing?" She started getting defensive. Said I was being controlling, that I was taking social media stuff too seriously, that it wasn't like she slept with anyone. "You're right," I said. "I don't know if you did or didn't. And the truth is, I stopped caring the moment I realized you didn't think about me once while you were out there." Her voice cracked then. "That's not true." I gestured to the hallway. "Your stuff is packed." She stood, eyes wide. "Wait, what?" "I started packing the day I saw you grinding on a guy in a mesh tank top while screaming the lyrics to a song about cheating." She blinked fast, like she was trying to hold back tears. "You didn't even call me. You didn't give me a chance to explain." "I didn't need to. You explained everything in those videos." She walked to the bedroom, saw the boxes stacked near the door. I'd even labeled them by drawer so she wouldn't have to dig through for essentials. She picked one up, opened it, and stopped. Right on top was a printed screenshot of one of the TikToks, frozen on the moment her hands were on some stranger's shoulders. Her hands started to shake. You printed these? I wasn't trying to be cruel, I said. But you needed to see yourself from someone else's perspective. Because clearly, your own isn't working. She was quiet for a long time. Then finally, she whispered, Can we work through this? No, I said. We can't. I already did the work of trusting you. You're the one who broke it. And I'm not interested in piecing it back together. She sat on the edge of the bed for a while. I don't know if she was trying to process it or waiting for me to soften. I didn't. She eventually got up and walked toward the door with one of the boxes. I'll be back for the rest. I didn't say anything. She hesitated in the doorway. You really don't want to talk about this more? I've already heard your version of the story, I replied. It had a soundtrack and strobe lights. She walked out without saying goodbye. The silence after she left wasn't heavy. It felt final. Not good, not bad. Just done. It's been about 8 weeks since that night. I'd be lying if I said there weren't moments where I missed her. Not the version I saw in Vegas, but the version I thought she was before that. The girl I made breakfast for on lazy Sundays. The one I imagined proposing to one day. But reality has a way of slapping the nostalgia right out of you when you see the truth on loop, replayed through strangers' phone cameras. She texted me a week after moving her stuff out. Just one line. I think we made a mistake. I didn't reply. A few days later, she sent a longer message, apologizing for how it looked and saying she never meant to hurt me. She called it a stupid weekend and begged me not to judge our entire relationship by a few wild moments. I sat on that message for a few days, not because I was tempted, but because I wanted to be sure I wasn't just reacting, that I was choosing peace, not revenge or ego. I finally replied, You didn't just hurt me. You disrespected what we had. On camera. Multiple times. And you didn't think to even check in until your notifications told you something was off. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. She didn't respond after that, but I started noticing she'd unblocked me. She'd like an old comment I left on someone else's post. I saw her name pop up under a mutual friend's story. Subtle signs she was hovering, watching. Then came the message through a mutual friend. She's not doing well. She feels like you ghosted her. Ghosted? I didn't vanish. I just refused to be manipulated into playing the reconciliation game after she put our relationship on mute in Vegas. And here's the part she probably didn't expect. I started seeing someone new. I met her on one of those dates I went on while Alyssa was still away. Her name's Tessa, works in occupational therapy, and oddly enough, had her own story about getting cheated on a year ago. No games. No cryptic captions. When she goes out with her friends, she texts when she gets home, not because I ask her to, but because she wants to. It's refreshing. Just communication. The final nail in the coffin came about a month ago. Alyssa called me from a different number. I didn't answer, but she left a voicemail. Her voice was cracked and shaky. She said she didn't realize how badly she'd messed up until it was too late. That I was the most solid thing in her life. That her friends told her I overreacted, but deep down she knew they were wrong. Then she said something I'll never forget. I saw the look on your face when I got home. You didn't even hate me. You just didn't care anymore. That hurt more than if you'd screamed at me. Maybe she was right. By the time she walked through that door, I had already accepted who she really was. And there's no yelling when you've already grieved the loss of someone who's still standing in front of you. I haven't blocked her. Maybe that's my final quiet message to her. That she can keep watching, keep waiting, but that door's not opening again. She lost something real for a few blurry nights in Vegas. I don't think she regrets the trip. I think she regrets realizing I was never going to chase her after it. What do you all think? Was I too cold? Or was it the only way to handle someone who only noticed the damage once the silence got loud?